tell you why. When you're learning how to drive, I think or you're going to be the other camp. When you learn how to drive, you're going to be a little bit fast. You're not really going to pay attention. You're going to minimize what your instructor says. Hi guys, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults, and we're going to talk about this. Stop signs are one of the most common things that people run because they just don't care. And people drive stupid fast. I pulled onto the middle lane. If I didn't pull in the middle lane, I would have got hit. So what am I trying to tell you? People are just freaking careless. But you can't let that alter your DNA. You've got to make sense of what you have. Because if you get into a lot of accidents, you will end up being dropped from your insurance. And then you're going to have to be in a special pool of insurance. And no one really wants that. One of the biggest factors I see is just getting up late to work. Getting up late, period. It's going to put crazy pressure on you to get gas, to get food, to pick up friends. And we've all been through it. For instance, I'm an hour and 15 minutes early to get to work. And I'm sure.
Back. Will you be using the mobile app today? Hi, how can I help you?
Hi, good morning. I need 2 number 2s.
2 number 2s?
Yes, the first one has a medium diet.
Okay.
The second one has a large coffee, 1 cream, 1 sugar, and a large ice water. And I need a sausage burrito with mild sauce. And that's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
The total will be $19.05, first window.
And I think just setting your morning up for success, I always try to do that, right? Getting your clothes out before. I had to get gas in last night. So you don't have to really struggle. Some people love to struggle. I do too sometimes. But I think it's going to set you up for failure in the long run. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I feel really good.
Good.
Early to work.
Yeah.
Put gas in last night.
Stay safe out there.
Thank you so much. And it's just over our relationships with people. But there are those really crazy drivers who drive stupid fast and selfish. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. I give you a straw. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I try to set up my whole morning for success so I'm not here driving crazy and contributing to the delinquency of drivers, because people will cut you off, tailgate you, do anything to get where they're going or to be first. It's not worth it, because you're going to end up crashing, getting killed, or go to jail for road rage. And you just want to set a goal for yourself to try to get to work or home in one piece. I know I do. I don't want to set myself up for failure and die. But for a lot of us, we will. we are creatures of habit, so we tend to do the same thing, same restaurant, same people, same route. So I try to take a different route to work, from work. When I teach people to drive, we try to do different locations all the time. I'm gonna go ahead and share the road. And just being a courteous, nice guy. And I think people appreciate that. I think if you have a fast car, you're gonna drive more aggressive. Any car can be aggressive. So I try to not get around people who have, I think, really super fast cars, because it's just gonna set you up for failure. And I don't want to set myself up for failure or any other driver. I think a lot of people are crazy selfish. They just don't care. They'll drive me off the road, you off the road, your mom, your dad. There's no respect anymore. There's just none. I try to find the good in everybody, no matter who they are. I try to stay out of people's way, but also I do defend my space. It's not worth the fight. It's never worth the fight. There are people out here who want to fight. They're looking to fight all the time. I think driving is a privilege, not a right that can be taken away. And I think there's some drivers out here who need to have their license taken away. And I think every 4 years, all drivers, including myself, need to be tested. Rules of the road, defensive driving. I like to see a national and state test. I just don't say that because I'm an instructor. It helps keep me really sharp and focused. And there's so many things happening in the transportation industry with the EVs. More and more manufacturers are getting AI features, lane departure, like this big truck. Trucks are getting bigger, cars are getting bigger. I'm not against big cars and big trucks. I love vehicles. I think people just need to be trained better. And I think for me, being in the driver's education industry, the transportation industry, things need to change because they get very old and outdated. Whoa, that's not a good sound. Such as the curriculum. And you see that oil in the ground, that's where you got to walk around and check your car. So I think a lot of things need to be updated and changed. Like I'm just moving forward, there's a car flying behind me all the time. Driver's education industries, they're okay. You know, they're only as good as the people are. I think your biological chemistry changes once you get out here on the thoroughfare. So once you make this left turn, it's on. So emotionally, you got to be ready. Who's going to cut you off? What type of trick bag are they going to be in? What is their mental mindset? But I try to get into my lane early and just be smooth all the way. But if I had to go to downtown Houston, downtown Detroit, this light would irritate me, and either I would run it or slam brakes. But I'm good. So there needs to be more training across the board, definitely. From high school, college, every 4 years, people need to take a test. Like, I just left the light and this car to the right is racing me. Why? What is going on? And I used to be that person, like late, like how many cars can I cut off? But you learn that dumb stuff is not worth it. It wears out your brakes and tires. You're going to have an accident. You're going to make someone road rage. It's just not worth it. I've been through Kansas, Kentucky, Texas, Florida. There's some other states. I'm forgetting. California. They're all busy. They all have their danger. They all have their unique challenges. I have an uncle that lives in Amsterdam. Haven't been there yet. So when this light turns green, you just gotta look. There are a lot more red light runners. There are a lot more younger drivers at 17 to 24 years old that are driving crazy fast. And there are a lot more 34 to 44 to 54 to 64 drivers that feel entitled to the road. We all have a role to play. But if you can get a nice drive and just come in peaceful to work and leave peaceful from work, that makes your day so much more enjoyable. Yesterday I was late. So much pressure. And I don't want to do that. So I left earlier. I can relax, I can breathe. It's still dangerous out here. Don't think, oh, you left early. People drive fast when they leave early. The biggest thing is people don't use blinkers. It's required. It's not an option. This car's coming across the dangerous too. That's really dangerous. That second decision. talk about the zipper merge here. I'm ahead of this car to the right. So if I maintain my speed and position, it should be good. This lane does in. So I'm just going to maintain my speed and position. I'm going to squeeze my brakes. There's a truck to my right trying to cut off. So I'm just going to gradually hold my position. And either cars will surrender or they'll try to cut you off. I'm trying to find the best space to fit in. I'm not going to cut across the white line because I'll lose my competitive advantage to merge out easily. And that upsets the balance. I never want to be the driver to cut off anyone and mess up the flow. It's just caring about the common good, but some people don't care. Turn on my blinker, and the driver behind me is really courteous. I appreciate that, and then I merged out really easily. It's not always like that. Good morning, how are you? We're talking about the zipper merge. Oh, and why drivers, good morning, and why drivers are bad. And I think just leaving late, not really being prepared. I left early, I'm a lot more relaxed, not as stressed. You do get stressed dealing with all this traffic. And this is a major interstate. It could be in Metro Detroit, Metro Houston, Texas, Metro Wisconsin, Los Angeles, California, Illinois. When I get over one lane, that car kind of threw me off. I try to be very deliberate. So if you're watching this, I try to be deliberate in my lane changes. I try to show support. I try to narrate best practice because I am an instructor. And I do want to show you that you can obtain your license. And there are some other things you need to do, right? You got to get a job. Now, you can work remote. You know, Jay, I think we were talking a little bit last night on the live. You can do a remote job. You don't even have to get dressed. You can just, throw your clothes on, brush your teeth, get your hair right, and you're working remote. That's a really good option. You got to find the right option for you, though. And once you find that option, thank you for that thumbs up. You got to find an option. So I would look on Indeed. First thing I would do is just look on Indeed, see what's there. I was watching something last night on LinkedIn. I'm not on there yet, but a lot of people try to do all these certifications and make themselves someone they're not. I don't want to do that pressure. I'm not going to be a fake person. I have 2 bachelor's degrees, a master's, and some other endorsements. Education, athletics, social media is my background, driver's education, some business experience. That's who I am. I don't need to throw my resume out there and get keywords. If a company wants you or a business wants you, they'll find you. I have some companies looking for me to bring me in for driver's ed, but I'll do remote, that's fine. I'm in an educational background, that's fine. Sure, it doesn't pay as much, but I have a lot of freedom in my job. And you got to find balance, Jay. I'm hoping you'll find that balance. That's talking. I'm lifting my foot. And this is like the rush hour drive. Like, you got to make sure your gas is right, your car's running good, you're in a good mental mindset. Your boss is depending on you, your family's depending on you. And that's one thing when I was growing up. I wanted my parents to depend on me, my loved ones. And Jay, hopefully you're getting motivated by watching this and saying, hey, you got to depend on yourself first. And you feel good when you're driving into work or driving home. There are always hazards, big trucks, people cutting you off, moms in minivans, guys in trucks, bigger trucks, people running crazy late, being wild. Like think you can see this now. See how everyone's just popping on brake lights? I'm trying to keep distance and space. Like this semi truck, I'm letting them come over. They're bigger than us. If I'm late, I'm pushing in the left lane, going crazy fast. If I'm chilled, I'm in the middle lane, just chill. If I want to relax, I'll be in the right lane. So I think it depends on, how you trying to drive. What's your goal? Going to downtown? Any downtown area is a challenge. Parking, cars, traffic. I'm in the right lane now, so it's 50, 55, 60. And remember, all people aren't like us. They're not level-headed. They're not like they should have had a blinker, kind of threw me off. I don't think you can look for other people to save you. You got to save yourself, Jay. Yes, I will help you. Yes, I will motivate you. Because someone has done that to me. My coach in high school made me believe in myself. My professors in college, hey, you can do this. Get this certification. Get this endorsement. Gary Vee talking about social media, post content. Don't worry about what people say. Post, 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 post. Lori Ballin from Las Vegas and her self-help group. Intelligent, incredible woman. We all get tired. Like, I'm looking for some blinkers here, man. 1, leave room. And if you really want to be that good driver, you got to practice those good driving practices every day, using your blinker. Make sure your car's in good mechanical shape. Leaving early. Making this drive enjoyable, because I've been that young guy working for the probation department, driving crazy fast in this new Camaro just because I could. Not married, wilding out. But when you get older, you got a family, you got other responsibilities. You want to come home for your kids, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. And if you're just thinking of yourself, you're going to do selfish, dumb stuff. Like, see how fast that car is going? It's not even worth it, man. Just back off. Keep that space. It's all in your mental mindset. And you might learn this from your parents, because your parents are your first instructors. You see your mom and dad. How does your dad drive? How does your mom drive? How do your cousins drive? And then you take driver's education. I took mine through the public school, a good instructor. There were about 36 of us. We took it either in the morning or after school. We drove around on the little mini course behind the school, 3 traffic lights, had a bunch of Oldsmobiles, good times. Then I barely drove with my dad. I took my test at the DMV. I was crazy nervous, scared. But I passed. And then here I am, a young fool with his permit, with his license, and trying not to crash, trying not to die in high school. But if you don't drive through high school now, you're out, and your life is different. So Jay, your life is different in your 20s. How do adults get their license? You got to get some good private lessons. You're looking at my videos. I'm trying to motivate you, help you. Anyone around the world, I'm trying to help you. I'll help anyone, because people have helped me. So when you give, you receive. If your heart is good, good things will happen. I'll go up and pause. Here's my gap. You got to execute this, Jay. You got to execute that maneuver. If you're scared to do that maneuver, you won't get out here. And no one is trying to have an accident. I think people cut things short. Like, there was a wrong way driver fatality in our location. People get confused. The stop sign, a lot of people just won't stop. They only stop when it's convenient. Stop because it's the right thing to do. And then take pride when you park. use your blinker. See the person, I don't know what they doing. They on some happy stuff. And do it for the ones you love. Like, I had to take my mom to work and pick her up, or she would have to catch the bus. No one wants their mother to do that because she didn't drive. So I had to be the man of the house. You got to set real goals for yourself. And you always set goals for yourself. What is the next degree I want to obtain? Do I want to take this job that could offer more financial freedom, but it's more pressure, more expectations, more responsibility? A $10,000 raise is only $200 more a check. You're going to be in a different tax bracket. You got to deduct more. How about like a Tesla? But do I really need a Tesla? I'd like to have that Tesla for the channel, teach people how to drive, saving the environment. I'm spending about, in a week, maybe $150 in gas. Well, I save money. What about wear and tear on the vehicle? Can I deduct it? There's so many different variables. See, they didn't stop. And I think people do stuff when they think people aren't watching. But you become what you do. If you become sloppy or a cheater, you're going to be sloppy and cheat through your life. If you become a really good driver, dressing properly, doing everything organized and neat, it's going to pay dividends. People want to see people who dress nice, who are on time, who go a little bit above and beyond, who are caring and patient and respectful. That's how I am. Dressing a little bit nicer pants, wearing a nice casual shoe boot, getting a nice little shirt. And people look at that. It makes you feel good. Don't do that because you want artificial attention. Do that because you want to feel good about yourself. Getting a fresh, crispy haircut. We all know how that feels. You can take on the world. I may have to get a fresh, crispy haircut today. Then look out, baby. I'm smiling. I'm glowing. And I think if you focus on the goals, getting that better job, getting a car is a responsibility. You're going to have to change tires eventually, get brakes, a tune-up. If I got a Tesla, I'm definitely getting a home charger. Or if I got a Ford Mach-E, I'm getting a home charger because I'm not going to rely on all the charging systems. Let's see if this car even stops. Nope. And you can look at the cars that have stopped. So, and the leasing, let's see if they stop. Nope. Are you seeing a pattern here? People just get sloppy. Let's see if they stop. Nope. It just takes 3 seconds. What if I was the police? I could just give out ticket after ticket after ticket after ticket. I just think these drivers are careless and lazy. And if you learn this way to be careless and lazy, that's how you're going to be through your life, through your marital relationship, through raising your kids, through doing your taxes. Let's see if they stop. Nope. Just 3 seconds. Nope. This makes me sick. I'm going to stop counting. So you have to set those goals, because if you set goals for yourself, like I made goals to get on a treadmill every day. I feel a lot better. My core's stronger. I can walk better. I didn't do it today. I was a little bit sore, but I'm doing it more than 3 times a week, and I can see it when I walk. I feel better. I'm a lot more alert. I can do more. And that's a positive good, because I want to live as long as possible and be in good shape. And I want to be able to create good content for you guys and just take you through a journey and motivate some of you. You can do this. Because I'm a regular person like you. Learn how to drive as a teen, taking it into my 20s and 30s and 40s, and just giving you a real perspective. I have a choice. I could get a better job in the metro area, but it's going to be a 45-minute drive one way, more gas or electricity. Insurance rates will be higher. Gasoline or electric will be higher. Car could get stolen or damaged. There's a lot of different things. And I've been that one to buy a new car or a leased car. You're excited, but you're nervous. But you got to keep it in perspective. Some of you have a car, some of you don't. If you have a car, type in yes. And if you don't, type in no. Getting a car is a responsibility. And a lot of you watch this, I don't know. You know, do you want to take the responsibility? Oh man, you see that litter? That's not a good look. A lot of you don't want to take that responsibility. And some people don't, like owning a house. You got to replace stuff, plumbing, leaky lines, cut the grass, take out the trash, trim the hedges. I mean, it's a lot. A lot of people, they just want to live in a condo. And I'm not mad. Depends on your lifestyle and where you live. I try to have systems in place to make my life easier. But it's a great opportunity to get a home if you could. But I thought you said this just deals with cars. It does, because you got to have a car to go to work. You got to have a car to get home. You got to have a car to take your mom or dad to the hospital or doctor, appointment, or help your family member out. So you got to keep everything in perspective. Because my dad taught me to not rely on anyone, have a plan A, B, and C. He was from Alabama. Be prepared, boy. Don't rely on anyone. And you can see her putting on her gear to make sure she's seen. Because people don't stop here, man. Why do you even have a stop sign here, man? This is a partially controlled intersection. Stopping is not an option that's required by law. If the police were here, you would stop. So this is a learned behavior. And I think you just have to find the motivation within yourself and make that sacrifice. And I'm not done sacrificing to myself or to my family, because it never ends. It never ends until the day you die. And if you set yourself up right with the house, with the trust, you can help your family, because we all want our offspring, our son, our daughters, to have some wealth there and have a home or keep it in the family, but you got to pay the taxes on that. If you don't, the state's going to take it. So it's a plan, and it's about feeling good about yourself, feeling independent. I hope you use this to motivate you, and look at the videos and go through the journey with me, and I'll share everything I can, and I want to learn more about all of you. So leave some comments, and then I'll put this together. I want to say thank you. Bye.